Morning, guys. Happy Wednesday. Middle of the day, middle of the weekday. And happy Christmas. Are we all okay? I feel okay. I feel like lifted. Does that make sense? Still, sleep was shocking, absolutely shocking, but it doesn't matter. I did my Untold app last night because I was in a bit of limbo, and I've spoke about the Untold app before, haven't I? Here's the Peachy Bum, CC coming up. Are you coming up to say hello? Are you coming up to say hello? Oh no, you coming up? No, she's not coming up. Yeah, I did that, and it was only, I was having a little bit of doubt over decisions that I've made, and so I did my Untold app, which is, I haven't done that for such a while, haven't I? Which shows how much I've progressed in, like, being concrete in my own thoughts, you know, the decisions that I make without feeling that, you know, that bit of Matilda on my shoulder. But she was there yesterday, and I thought, right, okay. I got into bed, and I couldn't get to sleep. And I thought, I'm going to do my Untold app. So I did. And my Untold app said, you're doing everything right. Now, sometimes when the words come out my mouth that, you know, they may sound to people that, how can I put it? That I'm sort of, this is my interpretation, that I'm upset. And I am upset. But the words that come out my mouth, I've never got bad intention. You know, I don't wish bad on anyone at all. I get upset. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, I have thoughts of upset. Everyone has thoughts in their head. It's when, if you act on them, that's when it can become, you know, a bad thing to do, should we say. But it just amplified for me that what the decision I'm making over Christmas, to, if I'm offered by certain people to meet up with them, that I will decline. And that's not because I don't want to see them again. It's because I'm upset by their actions and I want a peaceful Christmas. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember the last time I didn't have a Christmas without chaos. And it's protecting myself. And the Untold app, like, it's so good. If you haven't used it and you've got an Apple phone or an iPad, then get it, because it's just really good. And it just basically said that I'm protecting myself so that I'm not closing the door on everything. I'm just protecting myself over this period so that I can have calm in my life and chaos and not have to deal with some conflict if it does come my way by people who are basically, you know, if I speak my truth, they can't accept that and they may come back at me verbally, which is something I don't deal with well. Do you know what I mean? You know, my feelings are my feelings and they're valid. Whether people agree with them or not, people should be able to listen to them. And I've got a lot of people around me that let me speak my feelings and love me through it. Do you know what I mean? And don't verbally attack me when I say it. Do you know, because when we talk about things, you know, when we say I said, I feel like that upset me. And, you know, if someone said that to me, I feel like that upset me, then I would think about it and say, right, well, I can see your point of view and I'm sorry if you felt like that. And that not only validates them, but it gives me an opportunity to grow, doesn't it? You know, and to think, well, maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. Now, there's not many people come at me and say, well, I can't think of anyone that comes at me and says, Janine, you said that and I was upset by it. So I know I'm doing something right. Does that make sense? But what it did say is like, you know, it gives you the psychological breakdown. It gives you about 4 or 5 breakdowns of, you can ask it specific questions, you can talk into it, and it'll give you a breakdown and it'll do the, you know, non-violent communication, you know, to look at it where, are you looking at it and you're taking it out of perspective? Is it distorted? And it'll give you that point of view as well. And it does loads, but it gives you it says, do you want to liken your situation to your garden? Because it also talks about how we are, you know, part of the world, part of the earth, and how we should stay grounded and stuff like that. You know, go out in the garden, walk in your bare feet, look at the trees, enjoy it. You know, that we come from soil, dust, and we go back to it, don't we? And we are a massive part of, well, we are all part of the universe, aren't we? So anyway, it likened it to a garden, and it said, you know, it's important that I keep my garden tended. I am my garden, so my garden has to be flowers, and you know, and I have to make sure that I prune my roses and whatever other flowers I have, and if I've got a tree growing, you know, go out and give it a hug and talk to it and stuff like that. And it just said, you know, where I was in my life with the situations that's going on, and it said that you know, basically the things that have been bothering me, they need constant pruning because they are weeds coming up, but I'm doing a good job of keeping them pruned, which I know I am. But an interesting one was about someone was that it was choking me. Do you know what I mean? It's choking your garden, do you know? And it was so true. And it said, you know, you need to basically do something about this because it's choking your garden, and it's dead true. And I need to, at least for the Christmas period, just walk away from that, because it's coming in and it's invading me roses and it's growing up my tree because I'm letting it all consume me. Do you know what I mean? And so I love the Untold app. So this morning I've woke up and I feel lighter because I do speak to it. I mean, I speak to my friends and all that, but it's AI, it's computer generated, but someone's psychologically put all this into a system, and it makes reference to, you know, people, I'm not going to say names because I can't remember, but like people who've written books and all that, and it's just, it talks about Buddhism and everything. You just, if have a look at it, but it said, you know, it's okay to shut the door on that and just let it go, because if you don't, essentially it's going to ruin your Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't stop worrying about it, what's going to happen. And if the situation happens that person says, shall we do this, you just say, maybe next time, and that's it. You're not walking away from it 100%. You might do after Christmas, you might decide, no, I still don't want that, and that's okay. But for this period of time, the Christmas period, where I've said I don't want chaos, I don't want any conflict from people who don't listen to me and my feelings aren't valid to them, then walk away from it and say, right, well, that's it. I've made my Christmas, I've made my decision, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's okay. And it's just such a good app. It really, really is. So, you know, I mean, I didn't sleep. I never sleep, do I? We know I don't sleep. But I felt more peaceful sleeping. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's good. And I knew what I knew, but I just couldn't get round the fact that I was thinking, well, if I say that, does that make me mean? And it doesn't make me a mean person, because the reason I'm here is because people don't take my feelings into account. Do you know what I mean? And I know, like, I'm a deep person. I know that. But the reason, you know, you've got to look at it, I am deep. And because I am deep, that means I love more. So if you want that part of me that loves you more, because I'm deep, you've got to take the part of me that might say to you, well, I felt that upset me, what you did to me. And if you can't, then you can't have that other part of me. You can't have me when you want me, and then not when you don't. Do you know what I mean? So I feel so much lighter this morning. I feel really, really lighter. And just like, yeah, that's it. It's done, it's set. But I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I haven't used it for months. Do you know what I mean? Because I am very good at making decisions, but this is like a big one, because I felt I run the risk of upsetting someone. But then I think, well, you know, you're not really bothered that I'm upset and you don't consider my feelings. And for this moment in time, I'm not going to consider yours, because I want a lovely Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And it's just going to be me. Do you know, I'm going to have people come round, don't get wrong. And I say just, it's not just because I love my life. I love my own company. I've got Cece, who's my little godsend. You know, it might be a different story if I didn't have C. Who knows? I don't know, because I have got C. But she's my little poochie, and, you know, it'll be me and her, and I'm happy with that, and I'm lovely with that. And I've got friends coming round. I'm going to my sisters. I'm going to Abigail's, my daughters. So I've got stuff on, and, you know, it's good to feel comfortable in yourself like that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm very, very grateful for my life, you know. And yeah, but I have to go where the peace is, which is what I say, don't I? Go where the peace is. Go where there's no chaos. And I think that's what it was, that big conflict in me going, well, you're not really a nice person, Janine, if you're going to say to someone, we'll catch up after Christmas. What about their feelings? That's Matilda. If you've not watched me Matilda, then you need to watch it. It's on my blog. But she's not right, because I have to protect me and have a good Christmas where I'm not thinking, because I don't know whether this person will ring me or won't ring me. Do you know what I mean? So I can't keep myself in limbo. Does that make sense? I've got to make a decision to go, right, well, if it doesn't happen, that's okay. And if it does happen, I say, catch up again next time. Do you know what I mean? I'll see you next time. So, and that's fine. That doesn't make me a bad person. That makes me make good choices for my garden. That will give me a good Christmas, because this situation and this person is joking me. Do you know what I mean? So, Cheshire Oaks today. Get the rest of my presents. Spend lots of money, but I've just decided I'm going to spend money today. I'm not going to penny pinch, because I look at my account and I think no, just spend it, Janine. It's Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And money's money. You know, you can't take it with you when you go, can you? And I'm going to have a jolly good Christmas. And yeah, I am. I'm just going to be happy and enjoy it and not worry whether that person loves me enough to say, you know, I want your company, or whether they don't, because I'm sure they do love me. It's just that, you know, they don't feel in the same way that I feel, when I always thought they did. So, well, hey, oh, there you go. And I'll probably talk about this again, because you know what I'm like. I'm deep. I'm very deep. But that's what makes me me. Do you know what I mean? That's what gives me a presence, you know, and I'm proud of that. But I can't damage myself this Christmas, because I want it to be a good one with no chaos. Just me, see, the fambo, and just happy times. Little walk on Christmas morning, see all the Christmas people with the dogs, you know. And I might even buy myself a Christmas jumper. You know what I mean? Why not? Anyway, I'm finishing my TT, and then I'm going to go and get a shower and get ready, do a bit of housework, because baby Thomas, I'm sure he's staying over tonight. Pardon me, I'm 99% sure, but Abigail, she might have forgot, or, you know, I think he is. If he's not, he'll stay over on the weekend. But yeah, but if you're that person who compromises yourself all the time in order, because you think in your heart that it makes you a bad person, if you don't give in when you feel that people have treated you badly, but you can't voice your opinion to them because you know they'll verbally attack you or gaslight you. Let me tell you, look after yourself. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's just for the Christmas period, keep your own peace, do you know, and go where the peace is. You know, don't go where the chaos is. You know, have a lovely Christmas, and or whatever time it is, even if it's now, there's a situation coming up and you think, I don't really want to do that. If you can't make a stand verbally and say to someone, you've hurt my feelings there, then protect your peace and say, can't do that, thanks very much, maybe next time. And if there's never a next time, then that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to have shreddies for my breakfast. Last night I had one of my protein bars, and I had a pudding, although it didn't set very well with that new protein powder. I don't know why. Maybe I put too much water in. I was a bit tired, and that weighing measuring jug thing, I can't see whether it's 200 mils or 300 mils. I need to be more bloody careful, don't I? But I'm going to try it again today. But I'm going to have shreddies for my breakfast. Shreddies, and I might have hot milk, but I might not. But yeah, and then we're at Cheshire Oaks, so may house, may not. Let's see how the cookie crumbles, how the day goes. But yeah, so I hope everyone is okay, and I hope you're giving yourself lots of love and care and attention. And just remember that you are the garden, and how you tend to that garden, how you look after that garden is how you see to your own needs. Do you know what I mean? And if you've got weeds there, keep them pruned, because you don't want them there. And if you've got something that's choking the garden at this moment in time, then just get rid of it. And when you feel if you're able to go back to it, then, it might grow into a flower, mightn't it? But at this moment in time, if it's a weed and it's choking you, or if it's a weed and it's no good for you, get rid. I'll speak to you later. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Evening. I didn't prepare for tea. I wasn't very good today. Prince Cheshire Oaks. Got some stuff, but I'll show you that another day. Got 2 eggs left. I'm having eggs, chips, and a batch. So at least it got rid of the eggs, didn't it? I'm going to do these eggs and then I'll be back. Hope everyone's okay. So, same again. Same as yesterday. Not great, but it's food and it's hot food. Be better prepared tomorrow. Just didn't think about it. I've made myself a chia seeds pudding, but that chocolate, you know, the chocolate protein powder, I got that one. It's not as thick, it's not as great, but I'll probably have to do with Greek yogurt instead or something, but I'll have a think about that. But yeah, it's not that thick, look guys, and that's been in the fridge all day. So, it didn't set last night either. Oh no, it's quite, oh gosh, I take it all back, it is thick, look. I'm so hungry, I could eat a scabby cat and his mate, but I feel, it's in me stomach and in my mouth, but I don't feel so hungry. Look at the state of my head. I had it down today, but it's full of dry shampoo. Looked like a bear's couch, but so what. It's not that I came in and wanted to gan it, do you know what I mean? So it does curb your hunger in that way. Does that make sense? And I'm only on the loading dose, they call this one, for 4 weeks. So I'm going to have this and I'll have myself a little protein bar. I'm going to eat my tea and then I'll come back. Did he have anything else to tell you that I would have forgot? Cheshire Oaks, it was good, it wasn't too busy. So if you can, leading up to Christmas, it was busy, go in the week. But yeah. But that's another story for another day, I'll save it. Alright, mwah. See you in a bit. I'm getting me tea, starving. Look what I've just found in the fridge, them noodles. I'll have them tomorrow. They'll be fine till tomorrow. It's only Thursday. I found some coleslaw. So I'm going to have a bit of that on it. And I'm going to have a bit of cheese as well. Just to bulk it out a bit. It's not a big tea, that is it. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. So that's me tea. And just remember to remind you, wait a minute, to tell you, not remind you. For me dinner, we went into chicken something or other. Oh, Christ almighty. What am I like, guys? Where's my phone? I had to put it in notes because I would forget. I said to Abigail, I'll put it in my notes because I'll forget. It was very nice. Where did we go? Slim Chickens, it's called. And I had a chicken kids meal, which was quite big actually. So you got like chicken nuggets, but it was proper chicken. 3 of them, a portion of chips. Not a bad portion. Like a half piece of toast. Don't know what that was all about. Some cucumber, some carrots. What else was on there? Oh, and some little sauce, like a honey ranch sauce, a honey barbecue sauce I picked, and a diet orange I had. But I enjoyed it, and I ate it all, and my stomach was fine, yeah. And Abby got some crispy onions, which are the creme de la creme apparently, and I had some of them, and I was absolutely fine, no reaction in me tum-tum. So I don't think, maybe, I know they say about greasy food, maybe it's if you eat something that's heavily greasy, which, to be fair, I don't really eat food like that. Maybe like a calzone's pizza, although I do love a calzone. Delicious. Anyway, I'm going to eat my tea. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Yeah, so guys, that tea, it's just so nice, you know, and them chips from Lidl. You don't need a lot because they're big and they're like proper chips. You wouldn't think they were oven chips at all. They're lovely. I think they're £2.99. Kelly told me that last night when we were having a chat on voice note. But the reason I got them, it's only a little bag, but the reason I got them is because of the freezer. But you know what? I'll get them again because they're worth it. So I've had that. I've got my mousse there and my little chocolate bar. What's the time? Is it 7:30? It can't be 7:30. It is 7:30. Where's the day gone? But we had a lovely day. And the little fella, baby Thomas, my grandson, he's just so good. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, we were just shopping, and towards the end he got a bit, because he was getting a bit tired, but I got everything. I haven't finished my Christmas shopping, no, not yet, but I'm almost there and everything now. The bits that I wanted to get, make sure that I got. Abigail's and Tom's presents because they wanted certain things. And then I wanted to make sure that I'd got baby Thomas's presents, which I've got all of them now. I said to Abby, because you know, bought the drum and the guitar, and she'd said I might get a drum set. I said to her today, because it struck me, I said, I'll be there for him to take home. They're not staying with me. I said, they're his presents. She said, oh, they mum. I said, of course there is. I said, there's one thing coming for Christmas. I said, I'm not telling you what it is. It's a surprise. And I said, but that's staying with me. I said, the one thing I bought for him, that's staying with me, because that's practical. I'll tell you what it is, because she doesn't watch the videos. It's a little table and chair set, and it's made, and you put it together, but I think it was about 40 or 50 quid, so it wasn't too much. But my kids always had, and your kids probably did if you got some, a table and chair, you know, to eat at and that, and colour on and all that. Anyway, but it's got engraved on it, into it. I've had to cut a bit of this video out, so it'll probably go, but you know, I've had it engraved with his name, so I'm going to cut, I nearly said his second name, and while I don't mind anyone knowing me, it's not for me to speak about my family's names online, do you know what I mean? So it'll be a bit off kilter this, but yeah, so I've got that for him, and that will stay here because at Grandma's he needs to have a little table and chair so he can colour when he's big enough to eat his tea, if he wants Play-Doh and, you know, things like that. So that stay with me, but everything else will go home. Because there is toys, aren't they? That's a practical thing, but it is for Christmas. But yeah, so I'm going to get off now, and I'm going to say, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, look after yourself and love yourself, and give yourself a big, big hug if you need one. But yeah, even if you don't need one, give yourself one, because it makes you feel better. It's just so good. So yeah, lots of orders on the way. I'll show you as and when they come. But yeah, productive day today, expensive day today, but that's why we save, don't we? So we can just spend a little over Christmas if we can, if we can afford it. Anyway, mwah. See you tomorrow. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Have I? No. All right. Mwah. Bye, guys. Bye, 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 bye.